Okay. Is it working? I don't know. Let's get some music going. Let's get some good old RimWorld music. Okay. I think she's live. Alright, let me get my desk set up here. It's been a while since I actually done streaming. Alright, let's see. That monitor. Maybe just more behind that one? Nah, that won't work. I'm fiddling with my settings here. Merry Christmas! Wow, you came quick! Happy New Year, right? Alright. That music's just a tad loud. Alright. Let's see here. Let's get everything ready. Alright, so we're going to be working on... Let's just go ahead and load in and see if we get any big errors. I'm going to be kind of designing a plan. Happy Christmas, AstroCat. Merry New Year. I don't know how you responded so quickly, but you're amazing. I'm in a Discord with a couple people, so you may hear them on occasion. We'll see. Oh, do I have that monitor still up? Oh, I do, don't I? Oh yeah, I forgot I have that console thing on here, don't I? Look at that little debug window, huh? We don't need that right now. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is working on the spawning system for actual AI spawning in, and this is going to get a little creative. Okay. And I should probably also get these structures all set up too. And I'm going to turn off my ability to see everything. I think, let's fix that really quick. I don't think I need to be able to see everything right now. I don't need to see. Yeah. Finally, I think I got a lot of the commanders. I haven't really streamed it, but I've been working here and there on the commanders, and so I feel like they're in a good enough place for me to actually start getting some gameplay in. So that's great. So let's go ahead and here we go. Get some of this debug stuff fixed. Change a lot of value. Oops, I'm going to be going through this map code and just changing it back so I can't be cheating and seeing everything. I marked everything with debug, so I know exactly what I'm looking for, which makes it much easier. I think that's it, actually. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and recompile that function. Perfect. Now I can only see my stuff. Braj Heilberg. How do you even pronounce that name? Heiberg. Nice to see ya. No, I wish I was the king. I am more of like a tinkerer, though, to be fair. I just kind of mess with things until they blow up. And then I go, that's cool, and I tone it one step back. That's kind of more my style. So play less than, okay. So let's, I'm changing a couple things right now where I felt like the commander was spawning too many units last time I was playing. So I want to kind of up the limit on that. And so he was going a little crazy. So we are going to make it a little more difficult. So infantry around own territories divided by 2. So we're going to increase everything by double and just see. Well, let's just increase the number of light infantry. Make it 3. Make this 4, 5. I think this should be 8 as well. Yeah, I think that's perfect right there. Okay. That's the default starting. Okay. You are to me. But you are to me. Alright. So what do we got here? Let's see what's going on. We got light vehicles, infantry, light vehicles, guard vehicles already all set up. We have a squad that's sent to hunt. So one thing I added in that I think is going to need a little bit of work for sure is these hunting squads. There we are. Where's he going? Yeah, they kind of get spawned in and they go and they hunt. Combat. We gotta get rid of that. They go just hunt enemy squads that are nearby. They kind of protect. But right now, yeah, this guy's just kind of chilling. I want to see what this guy does when he gets into combat. Alright, let's get rid of this. Genesis, when will you hook up your AI to a machine learning program and sell it to the military as a commander type of your... If it was that good, that'd be great. Fortunately not. Closest arrays. So let's hunt. I would love, once Behemoth actually releases that update again for the AI, I would love to do some more. Is that because the hunt started? Oh my gosh, I'm getting way too many messages. This is a problem, like way too many messages. Also needs to be addressed. Let's see. Hold the closest object. All targets, start logic, hunt started. Hunting position, El Bravo 217. Oh my goodness. Let's pull up this debug console really quick. Zero 2 0 3 3. Hunting position. These hunting groups are... I don't know why this is such a pain in the butt. Speed, hunt. Yeah. They're already working on that dogfighting AI. Ha! I like to imagine. All targets, start logic, true, closest him to attack. Count all targets as greater than that. Yep. Move pause. Start logic, there's your speed, there's your side. Because we define the speed here, right? Yeah. We have hunt, object null, type, closest enemy to attack. Oh, what's type? this type? Do 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 do. Is that part of the problem? Score type. Oh, it's type 2 spawn here. I think that's what it is. Okay, so that might be part of the issue. So let's fix that. Type 2 spawn. Okay. I don't think that was the full issue, but that might help us. So it's supposed to be giving them constantly a move order. Count all targets. Alright, this is just one bug I want to kind of try to address, but I really want to work on AI spawning in. That's going to be really important. Push back. Okay. This pushes it back regardless. Okay. So what I want to do, if there's already groups that they're hunting, then we should probably remove this for sure. So let's take a look at the spawning in really quick, because this is important, because already there's just a lot of dudes hunting. Look at all these guys hunting, but they get stuck, which that's got to get fixed. They should just keep going. So what we're going to do is I'm going to abort this. Personally, I think a computer that calculates best movement ground forces, yeah, I think a lot tougher too. I feel like there's a lot more to consider for ground forces than there would be for like aircraft. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut off this. Nearby. I'm gonna prevent him from spawning anything but this squad here, and even reinforcing town. Oops, nope. So I'm kind of neutering the commanders right now because I want to see what's happening here. So they go to town, enemy nearby. It runs this enemy close function. And we go ahead and, well, we spawn the group in. Okay. So let's go back to spawn virtual group. Let's find hunt. Yeah, I know those rabbits are just doomed. That's what I should make, just a hunting game, an ArmA. Ha. Okay. So I'm just kind of seeing what gets added here. The objective should be stating hunt, right? And the objective doesn't change. So, and here we need to, and we have yeah, we have it right here. Okay. Oh, maybe that's what happens if FSM was breaking right there. Ah, that probably was the issue. Alright, well, let's go see. And the game weapon is the Titan MLRS. That would be Okay. You know, there might be some fun in that. You start off normal, and then you just start getting more and more ridiculous, and then the ducks start fighting back. They start swarming. ArmA hunt. Really, in reality, you're the one being hunted. There's a game there. You start off hunting ducks. The more ducks you kill, the angrier they get. And you can have it be like Old Man, the Old Man DLC thing, except it's with ducks. And the world slowly starts to fall apart because of ducks. There we go. Now we just made a whole new genre. Alright. So you shouldn't spawn anything. It's fine. I'm gonna spawn here. The enemies as ducks. That would be quite fun. I don't even know if I have any more players can detect enemies yet. Probably not. Probably do need to spawn at least a single squad, so let's go ahead and do that. Because the enemy nearby is probably, well, nothing. So let's go ahead and spawn in a squad. I'm gonna do a west squad of like 2 guys, so they get killed. And let's go ahead and see. Are there ducks in number 3? There's bird. Are there birds you can spawn in? I think there are, like, models for them. You can put the rabbits in the water. What we'll do is make it so the rabbit attaches to your foot when it's attacking you, and it slowly like nibbles up your leg, and then over, through your back, and then onto your back, and then up to your head, where it kills you finally. And you have to have a friend shoot it off of you. It'd be terrifying. And then rabbits can jump. So even if you're in like a helicopter, you just have rabbits jumping hundreds of meters into the air to get to you, and they attach to the blades. And they die in the process, but they mess up the blades of the bird. They can have like an MLRS launcher, but instead of shooting missiles, it shoots rabbits. Okay, this little area here seems to happen when the hunt squad spawns in. Okay. Why are they going there? So let's go ahead and I need to disable this text. This is so irritating. Like these messages on the bottom left. Everything's so sped up that why are they just spawning more and more? How's it doing? Oh my god, the hunt squads, they're out of control. Alright, how do I disable that? Notification UI. Disable that, please. Oh wait, no, that's not the right button. Okay, please let me read. Okay. Hunt started, hunting position. Oh, what is this? Okay, let's take a look at our log, our debug log as well.
Alright, you guys are too quiet.
It's because I'm streaming, Ted.
Streaming?
Streaming ArmA.
See you streaming.
I'm doing it on YouTube.
Oh, you're doing your YouTuber thing.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you guys are getting into trouble since you're too quiet.
Always. Okay, where is this? Okay, so here we go. We have hunting. Bravo 218. Hunting, wait, what? So the count, this should be a count. So they have a count of 2, so a total of 2 enemies, which is correct. The friendly logic and the position of that logic. So it's 2-1, section 130, 137, 128, 137. And then they should be listing the closest enemy to attack here. There should be an arrow. Oh, it says, okay. But they're attacking their own team. What? Closest enemy to attack is all targets, start logic. Wait, what? For each enemy AI logics, all targets push back enemy logic. Whoa, my brain. What? What? Okay, so engage targets is, or all targets. Push back. Enemy logic. The hunt objective is greater than 0. And it uses all targets here, which should be just the enemy logics that we're getting from enemy AI logic, which comes from side knowledge. And then this goes the hunt. Hunting position, okay. So hunting position is L Bravo 2. And then, hey, I didn't say you could do that. I spelled notification incorrectly. I think there's some vehicles aren't even spawning in, that's okay. When will the commander become self-aware? Hopefully never. He would see what a kind of abomination it is, and it would be super sad. Okay, well, these guys made landfall, which is great. These hunting squads get stuck. I wonder what is happening. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do side. No, that won't work because they're all logics. No, so they're all logics. We're all finding. Why is it doing that? Let's run some of this code myself and see what the hell happens, because this is actually quite confusing me. So I want to run this code here. So what's going wrong is these guys just aren't finding the nearest groups, and they just kind of error out. The squad is moving, and this is a hunting squad. It's so weird. Okay. Let's see what's going to get orders. Are they hitting the true, maybe? Are they getting passing? Are they passing through? Waiting. I bet you it's these waiting ones. Order received, order received. Okay. Well, they're probably getting stuck here. I think what's going to be the most helpful is if we go back in here. Let's make this debug a little bit better. Let's do objective. We do the logic, which is fine. We do the map grid position, but let's go ahead and add in the objective in here. %4. I bet you that's what's happening. I bet they're getting stuck in that loop. So let's just make sure this is actually returning what we want it to return. So let's see where we pull side knowledge from. Man, this code gets really complicated. So side knowledge comes straight from right here. Oops. That should be everything we need. I feel like people have asked this before, but have you considered making your own games? If I had time, maybe. Yeah, it probably would be easier, honestly, than Unity, but like I couldn't make something like ArmA. If I were to make a game, it would be something much more simple. If I were to make a game like ArmA, well, I couldn't. I don't have the resources or the modeling skill. So it just wouldn't happen. Or the real technical know-how for a lot of that stuff. I would want to, because I'd like to learn, because I think it's fun. And I think it challenges my brain and keeps my brain really active. Okay, so that's empty now, which makes sense. So it's not returning friendlies. Why is their pathing so messed up? Oh, I remember now. That's right. I bet you that's the problem. Okay. I'm just silly. Okay, so once they... oh my gosh. Okay, so once they get to their location... move cache. Alright. I see the problem. So what's happening is they're just getting stuck on awaiting new orders and not receiving a new order. So we need to go back down here to the hunt and just do that. They just start going again. So that solves one issue. Now the second issue we need to solve is that it's just spawning too many. I didn't put a limit on the hunting groups. So So that's a problem. One second, let me pull up this stuff here. Hope. LDA. Anyway, to fully answer your question, I'd love to make a game, but it's just not something I have the time for right now. Or would want to do, because everything I want to do I can kind of do in ArmA already. And so... Okay. Yeah, I would love to do, but ArmA can do most of what I want to do anyway. And it's a game that you have loved. Like a psychological horror game. Those are my favorite types of games. Well, one of my favorite types of games. Oh, for sure. I think it'd be fun, but I think they're actually harder to make because you have to hit such a right tone. And you have to avoid just straight up jump scares. And you have to really mess with the player's mind. And I feel like a lot of the ones I've played, either one get too preachy, or it's too obvious, or it's like they rely too much on gore, or just some kind of weird horror thing. Like, look, it's psychological horror because like how scary and crazy bad it is. It's like, well, not really. You know, it's not that great. Okay, so one thing I need to do is call this enemy close. Spotted enemy groups. Maybe that's where that arrow is coming from. No, it's not. Okay. But I should probably definitely fix that. Some lazy evaluation here. That fixed a bug. You have a deep fear. Hey, I'm using VCom at the moment. I was wondering about the stealth AI and if you're doing something with that. I saw a stealth icon on one of your previous vids. Of your work? Yes, I would actually like to add a new stealth feature to update the VCom. Yeah, VCom's kind of tricky because I want it to be fun and to give the players more options. It always started as a way just to give the player more options of what they do. It was never to make it realistic necessarily. And I think ArmA has such a wide and diverse group of players that some of them are going to want something that makes it real realistic, some will make it more fun, give the player more options. So I'm kind of in the camp of I don't want it to be realistic necessarily. I want it to be difficult, but I don't want it to be realistic. And I want it to be chaotic. And so I really enjoy that. And it's part of the stealth. One thing that lacks is stealth. It's really poor in ArmA. And I get in real life it would be so incredibly hard to pull that off. But, you know, kind of in a video game, it would be cool to be able to sneak around a lot better. And so I might make it an option to have a new stealth thing enabled and have an option of it to be show up on your screen. You like enter stealth mode or something. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So that's something I've thought about. Okay, so I think these are probably too high of values. I'm going to reduce this down to 500. I think Well, let's do 1,000. And let's count. Let's do a count of all hunting squads. Hunting squads. So what we're gonna do, actually we can make this better. So if there's, you have spotted enemy groups here, and we won't even do it in there. So we just do under the enemy squad. When they go to create under enemy close, they need to check for nearby hunting squads. Side groups. Do 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 do. Okay. Shouldn't be too hard to get. It's gonna be this. Logic. Unit class names. I think this is MO. This is total count. That's objective. That's original. Get pause. We'll do type to spawn. Okay. If objective is equal to hunt, then hunting squads equals blah. So I'm doing is putting all the squads that are in the map that are already hunting. I am putting them in a list here. And whenever we find an enemy that needs a response, then we need to check to see if there's a hunting squad next to them. Or, you know, security squad. Nearest hunting squad. So we're going to... Actually, we can just add that in here. Okay, so we're going to do a check to see. Alright, there's already a hunting squad that is... find hunting squad. There's less than... I don't know, we'll say 500. You'll do 1,000 meters less of it then. We'll do greater. Then it spawns in. Okay, so now we won't have multiple spawning in. So there we go. That should help overall. There might be a couple that spawn in together off the bat. And that should also fix them getting stuck. Okay, so let's work on them spawning in. What the? What? We almost had some light vehicles skid around the edge of the map here. Alright. So, actually spawning an AI. Okay. So that's going to be a more tough one. So I have some functions already kind of written up, and I'm cleverly calling them the Uncache functions here. And these get their own little array, or their own little section, and I'm going to use them, well, to uncache. So I'm trying to think how I want to set this up. It should be an FSM, it should be a script. I'm thinking just a script right now, and this may be changing wildly. So I already execute the cache monitor, and so the uncache monitor, I should say. So this is what's going to handle all that stuff. And this is going to be a pain in the butt in a lot of ways, but that's okay. So every 5 seconds it's going to execute, it's going to call this function enemy to player check and friendly to player check. Okay. And how do I want to do this? Yeah, that's all I have so far. And so it's going to call these 2 functions that are going to check the enemy closest to a player and the player closest to a friendly, and we're going to go from there. But we're going to check the enemy to player check first. So what I want to do is, before I even have friendly spawning in to the player, I just want to have enemies first spawning in. Okay. And of course, keep in mind that right now the commander is really gimped with his ability to capture anything. Why can I see these? Alright. Do, 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 do. I'm just kind of checking. Okay. So, this is what we need to do. Let's go take a look at the uncache monitor. It calls enemy to player check. So when a player gets close enough, it's just going to spawn in a battle. And let's kind of paint how we want these to work. My favorite tool here. So, how's this? Come on, pencils really don't look like that. Come on. This'll do. Alright. So we're gonna have... Let's see, this is gonna be the player. So we have our player. He's a little dense, like most players. Okay. So he's here. And we're going to have an enemy squad. It's going to be represented by this arrow. He's going to be red. So there's an enemy squad here. Let's shrink this. So enemy squad here. Let's put a player here. And then we're going to have a friendly AI squad over here. Clip that. Okay. And then we have maybe, and this is me just kind of trying to imagine what we'd have in our mind. And then maybe we have, let's make these gray. Maybe we have a bunch of structures here. Okay, so there's like a town here. And then over here, maybe it is just like a forest or something. Back over here. Okay, and then we have a bunch of space in here. So I'm thinking of doing, and let's pretend that these guys have... we're going to pretend this is a large battle. Let's pretend there's 100 guys to make this simple over here. And this is 100 dudes over here. The first step I want to do is we need a function that essentially is going to be looking to go... let's use this color. No, that's painful. Let's use this color. Yeah, why not? Click the abstract art. That's right. The little mouths. So it's obviously we need a script that's going to be checking the player's distance. Not from this one is going to be looking towards enemies. Like that. And so once he gets close enough to an enemy, and then they need to spawn in. So the first step is going to be one. So here off to the side. One, check for nearest enemy logic, or we'll just call it squad. This is a little big. So I want to check for the nearest. Whoa, it's gone. Oh man, stress reader text. Check for the nearest squad is number 1. I thought I could leave this off the canvas and it would work. I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, for that one, 3D stuff does. Okay, so we want to check for the nearest squad. How do you even edit this anymore? Oh my goodness. Well, 3D mode! Anyway. How do you select that? Oh, like that. So check for the nearest squad. This is step number 1, right? Okay. I'm gonna tell everyone that this image is of war. That's right. It's brutal. We're here just to suffer. Okay, so once it does that, then what I want it to do is, now, ArmA, obviously I can't have 100 guys spawn in. In previous Ascension, what I had is you'd get a camp that spawns in here, and a camp that spawns in, and they just would kind of go at each other until they were depleted. And so, which worked okay. The problem I found was that players would be assholes in their quest to try to break things, which is the player way. And they would sneak around, or they'd be flying in a plane. This is a plane. And they'd be shooting the spawn point. Then I was like, cool, I'll just make multiple spawn points like that. And the players would just keep shooting. They figured out which ones were spawning the units, and they would just keep shooting them. So what I want to do is create somewhat of a fallback system. So the idea is that you have, I would do something like this, where you have like a camp, and you have a camp that spawns here, and maybe the initial front line's like here, and then they keep spawning and attacking just like this, and just like this, and just like that, trying to break each other, and they spawn from that camp moving forward. Now, if I would do something like if maybe like, I don't know, 10 AI or a certain fraction of that squad. We'll say 10%. No, we'll say 25%. Start with 25. If 25%, which would be, well, 25, that's why we do 100. See? So if 25 of them die around that point, they get pushed back. Yeah, that should work. Then they get pushed back this way. Just the defenders get pushed back into, they go backwards a little bit, and then the camp respawns and repositions backwards. And then if there's structures, you can use the structures then for them to start coming out of the structures maybe as well. Alright, so let's take a step back. That's the general idea I'm thinking. But then the second step is going to be determine the front line. Like spawn, determine front line. is the next step. Right? And then we need to... 3 is going to be spawn camps. And I'm going to keep the camps really simple right now. Like, I'm talking like a tent right now. Okay. So we need to spawn the camps, and then we need to determine who is fighting and their numbers. So say, let's put that right there. That's perfect. Oh, that's a beaut. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Alright. So who is fighting their numbers? So the idea is if there is... Can I copy this shape? So the idea is if there is multiple squads, I want them to all be taken into account. They all get put into the same number if they're nearby. Or if they show up during the battle, so... Okay. Okay, so we're getting an idea now. Let's move forward. Let's do with the first one. Let's just start checking for the nearest squad first. So check for the nearest squad. Let's... Oh. These guys are trying to fight for their territory back. Look at that. They keep taking it back. Okay. Let's back up. Check the nearest squad. So, the first thing I'm going to do is enemy 2-player check. It was to define what this function was. This function will look at all the players and check to see how far they are from enemy squads. So there's also other things we have to consider in here, and part of the problem is going to be that even with a system like this, that is going to reduce the number of max AI. You know what? I think what we can do... Because you can't have, like, you know, still with this, you can have like 50 battles going on. That's why, like, any AI nearby would get mixed in here. That would cut down a lot of it. And then number 2, you can have, depending on the number of battles happening, you can have their spawn rates kind of reduced to... You can reduce the number of AI spawning and then increase their spawn rate. And so that might help. Okay. But that's thinking ahead. Right now, let's just do the basics. So, and we might need to define some variables here. Variables. Okay. All right. So let's. We'll have to create an array essentially of like active battles, I think, currently. Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna do just an active battles array. We're just gonna create one right now. Just to have it. I'm just trying to think how I want to design this. If they are close enough, the battle will spawn. So the first thing we want to do, then this is a call, so we got to be a little careful with it, but well, we already have a list, so let's just do just players equals hold on, I gotta look at that one command. Do that again. Do that again, you say. I'm assuming you're talking about this. That's funny. 3D Paint is a real interesting tool. Alright, let's... Hey, I'm in Russia. Nickbot 2. I get a lot of people that watch me from Russia or that I've talked to in Russia. I wish I could speak any Russian. Alright, let's get only humans. Because we all know that only humans matter. Could really get in trouble for some of the shit I say. Okay. Hello, Russia. I am dead. Prove it, yo. Wow. Alright, and so for each player, we're going to run a closest check of the enemy squads, but here is the thing. We need to get the side of the player. Let's get player side equals side player. Let's return the player's group so we can avoid some errors. Vodka. And then we need to add a switch case. So I use a lot of switch cases. Switch cases have become a new favorite thing. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I just don't care. Who is that? Hello. What's going on, Shifty? That's a friend.
Just had a shower.
Oh, okay. I'm streaming on YouTube for like 30 more minutes before I go feed my dogs and get me some dinner.
He's streaming on YouTube.
I code ArmA sometimes when I'm not playing other games. Coding, ArmA coding. And I get all sorts of crazy people that watch me. I don't know why they do. I think they're crazy. Mostly from probably Russia and Europe. And the UK. Yep. Right now.
That's me.
For a little bit longer. You want something crazy to get me banned off of YouTube?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think they care about me. I have a feeling.
Get off YouTube.
That would be quite an accomplishment.
Shouldn't get banned.
Now they're mad because I called them all sorts of crazy people. Tell me I'm wrong, Asterisk. Tell me you're not crazy.
Get banned.
Hey, Shifty, I was on the phone, sorry.
Alright, let's define variables. So, what we're doing here is, depending on the unit, the player side, we want to define the right groups. The enemy groups.
Wow.
Hello.
What's up?
You know, chilling. So right over here, yeah, here we are. So I'm gonna borrow these. I was, but a couple of guys who were, you know, up to no good. Yeah, they were making trouble in my neighborhood.
You get in a little fight, your mom got scared.
Yeah, dude, my mom got real scared. Just a little fight too. She packed my things and actually I don't know the next part. Save me.
I like this.
So what we're doing here is defining which groups you want to look at. And the problem is that we have resistance groups and east groups to look at.
Your son sent me this.
Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, Genesis. Buddy, did you make the Lamb's Danger mod? You did very well. I did not make the Lamb's Danger mod.
What the hell is Twisted?
I do know that, and it is made very
Have you not
well.
seen that video?
Don't at me.
I can go find it for you. I'm lazy. I'm sorry.
It's a good time to sleep, dude.
Just go YouTube Twisted Tea. You'll probably find it.
Okay.
You need to get some sleep. Gotta listen to some good rain. Some good rain music. What's the best way to combine two arrays? Is there a faster way to do that? ArmA 3, best way to combine two arrays. I think it's just, the best way is just literally gonna be...
Alright, Dom, you got company. I won't feel bad if I leave you in it.
You're gonna do some WoW?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this tonight.
Oh, thank you. Have fun, man. Have
Where are
fun.
you going?
Dude is gone.
He went to
What?
my guild Discord to go play WoW with my guild.
You better go get him.
And I didn't even get invited.
What do you mean you get invited? It's your guild.
Exactly. I'm not on WoW right now.
Maybe they don't like you.
That's probably it. I better go and complain.
I think you need to leave the Discord.
I'm gonna go complain about them inviting a random instead of a guildie.
You should.
Go throw my weight around.
That's right. You got a lot of weight? Okay.
I'm rather large.
Alright, here we go. Now, for all this we have, it just creates... We find the closest enemy group to a player. And we'll just do a quick distance check. And we'll just do... view distance right now. Is that right? Yeah. We'll do less than the view distance for right now. Check if the closest enemy group is less than the view distance. If that is true, wait a second. When I do this, I'm pushing back. If it turns everything, that's kind of a part of the problem. So I can't just do this. No, I do have to break it down. Shoot, that sucks. Okay. Let's just do enemy logics. Enemy logics, push back. What is it, the second one? It's the first one, isn't it? Yeah, it's the first one. It's like 0. 0. There. Genesis should narrate The Great Gatsby since the copyright is over next year. Is it really? I like that book. The Great Gatsby. Has to use the accent though. It's also a movie. Alright. Let's make some. After group. In battle. Okay, so we're making a couple different arrays here. If not, closest enemy group in this array, so checking if he's not already marked in battle. And yeah, if they're not already marked in battle, then we want to go ahead and create a battle. Alright. And so that's a new function we're going to create. So we're going to do. This will be part of the Uncache. This will be battle creation. We'll probably go for another 10 minutes, and then I should probably, feed myself and feed my dogs. I'm adding it to the library. Yes, the accent. And finally, I got into on live. Well, yeah. I mean, they kind of pop up randomly. It's not really your fault. I'm just too busy to make them consistent. I'm not like a professional streamer. Now, if I made enough money doing this, I would stream every day. But the ArmA community is, I don't think, going to support me coding random bullshit. Are you planning to do something else on ArmA? Do you have your own website where you can track news? It's easier for me to read by ear. I don't understand English very well. Not really, Nick Pod. Probably Discord will be the best. The problem is that I'm not like a gaming company or anything. That I don't, I don't really have official news. But I do have a Discord you can go to. You can kind of keep track on some of my stuff. I'm not really on there too much lately, but I definitely do. Let me see if I can get the link here. That would probably be the best way. Maybe I need to get better at promoting this stuff, but usually I'm not I'm not really a great social media guy. It's probably part of my own problem. Alright, it's battle creation. Okay. Interesting, I've had that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, battle. So this is the fun part. So all that worked in the past hour. That's not bad actually. In the past hour to be able to get to the point we can now start actually spawning in the AI. And here's the thing, even though we have this really nice game plan here, steps we have to handle after this, you can see this gets a lot. We have to handle despawning if player leaves for X amount of time. So what if a battle's happening and the player just picks up and leaves and they never come back? So we gotta recache it, right? So there's that. And then we need to handle a whole new system for capping, capping, and destruction of buildings when spawned in. So there's a whole bunch of things we have to kind of pick up and handle here. These will be kind of last, but I have to get all this kind of working. It's okay. I love using VidCom instead of vanilla. Yeah, it's just nice to know that it's not discontinued. Yes, it will be getting an update once this code comes out. Let me see if I can find it. There's one command that I really want, and it's not out yet, but it's gonna come out. You guys probably already know what it is. Where is it? Set unit combat mode is going to be. This is cool. What does this do? Global marker commands always broadcasting time markers to the network as such. Number. Oh, okay, that's good to know. You actually can draw lines and stuff. That's really cool. Ah, that's really exciting. Then you actually can do better front line markers and stuff. That is really cool. Anyway, sorry. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Interesting. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Wait, set object scale. What's that? Our material limits still apply, meaning lockable surfaces can only be X minus size and collision. Reset all objects in editor or set in preview, but will not save when reset objects get moved. Even editor supports something for artists. Setting the scale to actively submit objects, vehicles, and players in AI item is possible, but not officially supported. You may encounter issues. What? You can scale objects now? That is so cool. Hold on, I gotta update something. Okay, that's really cool. I again got distracted, but what I really want is this set unit combat mode. What this allows me to do is make it so one individual AI can be at hold fire while the rest of them are on fire at will. And I can put one AI on hold fire, set them to not be fighting, and then have them possibly actually retreat or listen to commands a lot better. That is something that I am hoping for. I don't know if it applies to the whole group or not, so we're going to have to see. It's going to take more messing around with, but it's something I'm definitely excited about. So I'm just seeing what else they have here. All exists. Okay, anyway, we'll have trim. Oh, I have a trim command, that's really cool. Okay, anyway. Giant chicken time. That's true, I didn't think about that. You can make giant chickens. And they can get bigger and bigger the more they feast on you. That is lovely. You're a genius. Okay. So from here we have to create a battle. Yeah, I should change this because this is just to the player. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true. This is just to the player. So what we're gonna do is call this function. Now this is going to be a function that's going to take a while to get right. Should be a spawn as well. So we have battle creation. Battle creation is, well, going to be probably one of the most important. Definitely the most important function that I need to make sure is effective and smooth, because it's going to be the heaviest, because it's going to involve a lot of spawning of AI on the map. Change my music a little bit here. I only have a few more minutes before I gotta really feed the dogs, so let's just go with this. This might be good. There we go. Some nice music for you to fall asleep to. Alright. Welcome to the Genesis ASMR. I can't even say that with a straight face. Or we're going to be helping you get to sleep. So really all we need to pass is, well, let's do this. Go to the closest enemy group. We'll pass the player side over, because I'm just trying to think how you know who the aggressor is and who's the attacker. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe if you have equal rules on each side. No, because you could have just a battle out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I think we just use equal rules, and maybe that was simplifying it would help a lot. So it's not an attacker and defender, but there's really just, we design it in a way that it will be kind of feel the same regardless in terms of what you're doing. And if you're attacking well, you gain ground. If you're not attacking well, you lose ground anyway. I could even give a spawn point to the player too as well. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely going to take a lot of testing. Yikes. Okay. Do this targeted group. And then grab the player side. I don't know if we're even going to need that, honestly. So what we're probably going to do is once the player gets close enough, then it's going, oh, he's close enough, so then it'll pick this group, and then it's going to do a big search around them for any enemies that are friendlies for them that can help support this battle. And then it's going to do probably around the player. Now I would do the around the enemy. It's going to go out from there and check, okay, what's the closest enemy group? And then it'll find that. And then if they're within a certain range, then that group will do another cast of anyone nearby. And then anyone who wanders into... Can you make this canvas bigger? Oh my goodness. It's not resets the image though. Oh, cool. Can I bring it down this way? Oh, you can. Oh, that's nice. Alright. What did I just select? There we are. There we are. Okay. Yeah, so then it does a big search around that to find their players, and then it starts. And then we can maybe even create somehow a frontline system. Do I want to even do that? I probably won't bother with that yet. Huh. Okay. And the most important thing is on the map, we need to have essentially a battle icon. Iowa. Someone named T. It just says Iowa. Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. First step is to look around the targeted squad and find any friendlies. Actually, no. Is to spawn the camps. Is to is to determine. What do we say? That's why we write things down. So we already checked for the nearest squad. So that's completed. We can take this. Shove it down here. Number 2, determine front line. Okay. Yep. It's to determine the front line. Oh, I didn't even see that. Where's everyone from? I'm from Hawaii. Okay. Astrocat, you're from Hawaii. I didn't even see that. You're right, T. My guy's going to Narnia. That would be hopeful. Right now, Bohemia, I'm still mad at them for doing this. The AI used to be a lot more controllable many versions ago, and then they touched the AI and made it so some of the commands to use to force them to move to places don't work anymore reliably, without really messing with the AI, and so it's really frustrating. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I can make that 3D, huh? Essentially what I'm gonna have to do is either hopefully that command works how I want it to work, or it doesn't, and I'm going to have to literally just kind of rewrite VCOM in a certain sense and how they move, which I really don't want to do. But okay. So one thing I realized that's going to be kind of a pain is dealing with when you're having virtual stuff is working with going back between virtual and physical. Because right now as it stands, the virtual units will still keep fighting, and I need to change that. So I already have a variable set up, so essentially every time they get into their active in battle, so they get marked as active in battle, I want them to not fight or not get in combat anymore. So essentially what we have to do is create another loop here for the AI. And this is going to be physical combat. Simulate combat. Okay, and this is even going to have a higher priority than in combat, because we don't want to simulate combat. We're going to do simulate combat. But this is actual real battle. So we're going to do, what is this? We just engage targets is what we do. Engage targets. So looking at this code, okay. So this could have multiple logics in there. want to add another thing to this. Okay, we're going to do a physical combat check. So if there is multiple targets, I want to do a check. So they can engage other virtual groups still, but I don't want them engaging. Yeah, I don't want them engaging any physical groups. So if X is in that, then physical combat. Is that a false? 403 hours in ArmA 3, and I still think ArmA 2 is a better game. Hopefully, fourth installment utilizes multiple core sectors. Yeah. Yeah. ArmA 3, code-wise, is better. The base game for ArmA 3, I mean, it has gotten better over time, but I definitely agree with you. Brazil, interesting. The ArmA 2 felt a lot better than ArmA 3 in a lot of ways. ArmA 3 really missed the mark in my opinion, and I'm not even sure they're going to be making ArmA 4 within our lifetime. I'm sure it'll be coming out, but they're not rushing for it, we'll just say that. I really do believe Bohemia wants to be a publisher. I don't think they want to be a developer anymore. Let's remove them from the array entirely, yeah. So what I'm doing right now is just finishing some last code before I go. I'm preventing the virtual squads from attacking physical spawned-in squads, because that would create all sorts of wonkiness. And then I am adding a handler that when they're in physical combat, the AI just don't do anything really. Right now I'm gonna have a separate handler for their in physical combat. Essentially, all this stuff is gonna freeze. This is just going to freeze. When they're in physical combat, the function's going to take over. And that's about it. And really what I want to have happen, even to save up on more memory, is we're going to go ahead and go to a in combat loop. And there might be some information set up here, but we'll worry about that later. And then we just need this little bit of a loop here. Go ahead and add that in. Yeah. I mean, kind of updating it. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with Bohemia. As much as they used to be my favorite company, but I think a lot of the developers that I fell in love with, that had passion for the game, have moved on. I know there's probably still some good ones there, because I know there's good folks there, but You know, I'm just not very optimistic about not optimistic, I should say, just about their the outlook for that company. I really think they need competition. Okay, there we go. We can also have... We also need these little dudes here too. We got... Okay. There we go, that should help a lot with that. Boom. Got a lot of code done in an hour. I know this is a shorter stream, and you guys are probably used to watching streamers that stream for hours, but lately it's just what time I have. I agree, if there was another ArmA type big game out there, it'd be good. Yeah, competition's always good. It'd be good for the quality, yeah. Competition is always good. For the consumer, well, I'd say 99% of the time. I love ArmA as a series. I mean, obviously, like, you know, I have over 7,000 hours in the dang thing. So, but because I have so much time, I can see the flaws of the game in itself. And because I spent so much time with it, I think I probably spent more time with it than some of the developers have. Since the beginning of ArmA, I bet some of the developers working on it now, or I know for a fact, are newer to the game than I am. And so I know a lot about, now I'm not a professional on it, but I know a lot about it, and I also know about the feel of the company and what they have done. Now, they've created an amazing series, but when you look at this, there's a lot of things, ways to improve it to bring it to the modern time. And it's okay to be critical of a company. They're a company, they're not a person. You know, I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm not saying they deserve people to, you know, hate on them. I'm just saying that, you know, for a company, you should always push for them to do better. And my fear is that they're turning into a publisher. They just want to publish games. They don't want to really develop. They want the easy. They want to turn into Steam, essentially, in their own little version of it. You know, I don't think that that's what they're, you know, judging for. But I think they are rushing for some quick cash-in games, and I think a lot of the incubation stuff they do, which is really cool, but they really want that. And ArmA is, I think, can still sell them a lot of money, but it's not like a big, huge game. With major flaws, yeah. He says, yeah, it's still a hell of a game with major flaws, yeah. My only worry about them is making another ArmA 4, as long as they don't dumb it down. And I mean, like, really reduce the gameplay, reduce the complexity, and really ruin the feel of what makes ArmA. Then yeah, I don't want a Call of Duty. I don't want to. But hey, make the engine run better, multi-thread it, make it perform better with AI. Make it so AI can go in buildings, please. Make it so modders can control AI more. Like, modernize it would be great. Make it so I can have AI on a map, lots of AI on a map, and have the game cache the AI itself in a good way. You know, like, make it so I don't have to do a whole virtualization system like this just to make a good game mode. They need it. Yeah, he said they need a whole new engine, which is very true, which they do. They're moving to. But I don't have any real information of ArmA 4. And last thing we had was in October of last year. I think October last year, they said there is no ArmA 4 development quite yet. Like, not full throttle. Well, this is a cool little area. That's true. ArmA is like 90% mods. That's what makes it good. And I think they know that So let's see what they do. But guys, I think I need to feed my dogs. I need to feed myself. I appreciate y'all showing up. Like again, I know you're probably used to people who stream for hours and hours. I got some good work done today. I'm going to keep working on it this week. I'll probably even stream tomorrow. Right now, as you can see, 6 p.m. for me. I want to actually get this going where I want AI to be spawning in. Because I want to have something to play. And start working on the player systems as well. They said that after ArmA 2 and then bam, ArmA 3 came out. I remember there being a lot of promotional content for ArmA, though. ArmA 3 before it came out. It did come out pretty quick, but they were... I remember watching videos of them showing off the physics and everything. I still remember all the things that they promised for ArmA 3, which never happened. You know, those animations for putting on equipment and gear, which was shown. There were better physics. They even showcased, you know, I think the most common one was being able to steal gear and be stealthy. I think they did like a stealth mission. I think they even, they did a whole bunch of things that they kind of showcased, but then never really delivered on. They were all fucked up. Yeah. I actually gave ArmA 3 a thumbs down review. I think I deleted it now because they have updated it, but when it first came out, I think for many years, ArmA 3 had a thumbs down review from me on the Steam Workshop, and people did not like it. Yeah. It's okay to have some of the jank, but I think what needs to be addressed really is just, if you can take ArmA and just make the game perform a lot better, people would love it. Because I think it's accessible just enough to players. I know it's probably controversial, but I would love an auto cover system where if I go to aim a gun, I would love my character to like poke his head out automatically, just barely enough to fire unless I tell him to stand up. But I know that's probably controversial. Like having to hold down control and tapping W and S repeatedly gets annoying. But I think things like that. Anyway, I can go on forever about ArmA because I love this series. So thank you. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe. I will see you guys next time. I like that little wave emoji. That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. What are all these things in here? I didn't know there's even emojis. Alright. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Boom. Wait, can I make this 3D? Can you do that? Wow, you can make that 3D. Now the plan is 3D. Okay. Alright, my dog is begging. Goodbye.